So this message is many layered, and it starts off with a lot to do with blockages and removing them, because many of you currently are experiencing a lot of delays, blockages, just things taking time to manifest, to be created, and it's definitely frustrating, and it takes time, and it's this is a good reminder also to take our time, because very often we want things very fast and quick, but these delays are often an opportunity to kind of see and shift and just understand more of what is going on with us and within us. And thanks to that, like, what do we want to actually be creating, and to what we want to actually contribute to in the external world. But I get it. I can feel the frustration, the palpable, and it's palpable. I mean, and it's annoying. Um, it's just, there is a sense of, how much is there, or how much of I can take of this kind of like delays and slow movement, etc., etc. So one of the reasons why I said multi-layered, it's very multi-layered, because from a short-term perspective, right now we're in a position of where one of the main culprits of the blockages is, let's say, ending, and the second one is also ending, and both of those culprits together being removed, so to speak, will remove some of the blockages and issues that you've been facing. Now, doesn't mean that life will always, move extremely, easily. No, it doesn't mean that. But we're moving into, at least for a week or two, into a period where things will move better. There's a benevolent energy around us, many positive changes you will see, many many opportunities will arrive, and many, like I said in a channel message a couple of weeks ago, there will be a path presented to you, most of it, and for some it has already been presented, but there will be a path presented, and you have to make the choice. Why am I kind of regurgitating? It's because these blockages, and kind of like, it seems too much and too many of these are, currently all together, and it does feel like that. It's okay. It's totally fine to feel this way, and experience the feelings and sensations and even the thoughts coming because of those feelings and sensations. And just a little more. Now, I want to briefly touch upon, it's also like they're saying to me, because this year in general, it's a 9 year, so it definitely can seem very slow. Like, the energy can, like, the overall global energy can seem like a very slow moving energy, and it's a lot about finishing things and finishing up things before we can move into like the more active 1 year, which is all about action and fast action. So this is okay and fine to be frustrated, but we'll start moving, and the things will start moving. This is the first part of today's channeled message, and there's something else that is kind of like they're pointing my attention to. Mm, It's about being okay with being these like repetitive things coming our way, repetitive issues having to be fixed or dealt with or to be done with or there's many things that will kind of like repeat, and this is external and this is internal as well, because it's also emotional, because everything that shows up externally, it's usually a reflection of our internal dialogue or battles or even a softer space. So this is also happening because basically because the normal human reaction to it would be, okay, so again I have to deal with this, again I have to feel this, I have to speak to this, I have to kind of constantly repeat myself, and also like these emotions and feelings, all of these feel repetitive, and this is fine. This is almost like mastering it and finally being done with it, because again, finishing endings, this is literally what will this is actually mastery. This is you're gaining mastery, but it's I get the frustration and pain. It's sometimes even painful. Sometimes like the things we're moving through and dealing with are painful. So it's hard to do this. So be somewhat gentle and softer with yourself, because I think the main idea for our society currently is like to be really strong with it and to kind of push ourselves through it when we're not ready to do that. So very often, like the pushing and the action taking and the aggressiveness come. This is fine. These are energies are fine. These come a little later when we kind of accept and feel and understand, and then we can move forward and actually take the next steps and take the necessary action needed. This is the first part of this message, and now it feels complete. And the second part is a lot to do with some of the themes I've been also giving you guys for the past few months, even now, I would say, for at least a month and a half. It's these old relationships, old ways, old circles, old ways of communicating, old ways of being and communicating with people. If you're listening to this, most like you are experiencing the sensations and feelings, like I said, the repetitiveness, but also the underlying current here is you're starting to be really done with these, because maybe a few weeks ago you were in a place of, okay, so maybe this could work, maybe I can do something with these people, or maybe I can go in and reevaluate these things. But now you're starting to see like, maybe my initial guidance, maybe my initial thoughts and feelings about these people were actually correct, because you're constantly giving the proof that you were actually correct in the first place. But the problem or the issue is that we have these feelings about these situations, and this is an emotional reality. We want to experience these feelings where we feel good about things, and very often our, let's say, feeling life is so attached to these feelings we once experienced, maybe in the past, associated with these people. Now you've in between, you've been given a lot of proof that this might not be the right thing or the right person, or even you know that maybe they're bad in essence. They don't know how to treat you really truly. So now you're just getting the proof all over again and again and again, until you will realize, oh yeah, I guess I need to let go of that feeling that I or that attachment to the feeling I used to have. Because we have a tendency as humans to not be able to let go of the old things because we're afraid that we cannot experience anything new, which is in a lot of ways it's pretty ludicrous and pretty insane. Um, but it is what it is. You know, life on planet Earth can be pretty hectic and pretty painful. But one, if we constantly stay attached to the old things and the old feelings, and we constantly want to get the same feeling, this is where we're going to go through these repetitive, you know, steps or events. The point is, it's time to open ourselves up. Literally, just open yourself. Like, hey, tell life, tell the universe, tell God, tell whoever you kind of believe in. Like, I'm done with this. I'm ready for the new. I'm really eagerly itching for the new. Like, what do I have to do to actually get to the new? What are the things? Is it a feeling? Is it an experience? Is it the letting go? Is it the boundary? There's something, there's something we need to do. Something there we need to let go of. And I know that the let go of is kind of like overused, but letting go comes on its own once you've kind of understood what it is underneath. And it's usually emotional. It's an emotional attachment to something in the past, or a place, or a person, or a job, or a, you know, event, business, whatever. It's an emotional attachment. I'm afraid I can't have something new, so I have to be attached. I'm afraid this won't be anything great in the future. Or there won't be anything great in the future. I have to let, you know, hang on tightly for this thing that is barely working, if at all working. So this is another this the another layer for this message is it's time to open ourselves up to it. It's time to understand and feel and let go and be open and state that you're open and state that I'm I'm ready for the new. I'm okay with the new. I'm okay with being done with the old and letting go of the old. This is it. I'll be here soon.